All right, it's recording.
Awesome. Welcome to call number 1 for the Director Bound program, our Movers and Shakers group. So I'm super excited that you guys are here. This is a true testament to your determination to reach your goals. So I wanted to take a minute to recognize everybody who's here and who achieved the call to action. I don't know if you guys remember, you had to book 6 parties by today on your calendar, and those are parties that you actually marked on your calendar. And also you should have created a contact notebook and also printed out the guide, the handout for Director Bound participant guide. So did everybody print out the guide? Yes, awesome. Look at Ramona, you got yours in a binder.
Wow, impressive.
That's good. Awesome, awesome. Okay, there's that. And then, okay, let's go down. Mima, were you able to get 6 parties on your calendar this week?
Yes, I was. I had an awesome party, and I had quite a few parties, and then I got 4 more parties at that party. So I was pretty excited.
That is amazing. Wow. I know. I looked at today's sales reports, and yours were over 2,000. I'm like, what in the world? She just jumped up to 2,000 in sales. That's awesome.
Yeah, I closed out 2 parties this week.
Good for you. Awesome. So you got your 6 on the calendar. Mona, did you get your 6 on the calendar?
No.
That's okay. Don't stop.
It, though.
Huh?
She's working on it, though. Tell us, good. Mona, what you got so far.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've got 2 definite on my calendars. I've got 3 that I'm working on dates that I can't get pinned down. It's hard. The one thing that's a drawback on using Messenger is just very hard to connect.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's going on outside of their house. But I've had 3 yeses. I've got 2 maybes, and I've had like 6 no's out of 18 contacts.
That's really good.
So the rest of them, I haven't heard from them.
That's good. Just keep following up. You're doing the right thing. That's pretty awesome. Jenna?
The big thing that I have to do is just make time, is to schedule time and make it a priority instead of an afterthought.
Awesome. Are you with a customer, Jenna? No? Tell us.
I'm not with a customer.
Can you update us real quick about your week? Did you get your 6? Look at her peering for people.
I think you're talking to yourself, Jenna.
She's working 2 jobs. You don't have to look at us when you talk.
So I've got I've got 3 confirmed. I'm working on 2 more, and I'm about to close out a really great show.
Report.
It's at 1,300 right now. Yeah, and it's confirmed that's where it's gonna stay.
Now are you really calling someone?
No. Oh no, I hit a button when my phone fell.
No, that's awesome. I know she was reporting into me all night last night. It's at 800. It's at 900. It's at 1,000. It's at
a cooking show?
No, it was a virtual, and it was a last minute ad. I added it literally 2 weeks ago.
Awesome.
Wow.
From a show.
That is
very
awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did I see a Debbie get on the call?
I see Debbie, but I don't see her. I just see Debbie.
Is it Debbie
Mugen?
Yeah, Debbie Mugen.
Maybe.
From California?
Maybe.
I don't know if you're there, Debbie, or not. Okay. Wani, how about you? You're on mute, just so you know. You're muted.
Yes, I did I did have 6. I actually had 7, but I had to give 1 to the new consultant. So one of my parties that I had booked, I had to give it to her so she can start, her party. So I actually have 8, but it was like 6. I end up with 6 this month and 2 for the next one.
That's great.
Yeah, so
And
That's
her
where I am right
girl, I got to brag, her girl on her team, Maureen, has got her 5 people.
Baby has a
And
pen.
3 out of the 5 as of today are active.
Wow.
She's going for directorship this month. If she hits it, she'll be a fast track director.
That's
Fast
awesome.
track.
She will be a director for 1 month and then go to advanced director the next month.
That is awesome, Wani. That's so amazing. All right,
Yeah.
Tina, we're just as accountable to this program as they are. So how did you do this week?
My calendar's already very full. So I have alone this week, I have 3 parties.
Uh-huh.
And then,
Wait, you
I
had
don't
or
have
you booked 3?
I have 3 already on my calendar.
Okay.
I really don't have any dates left this month to book.
Okay.
And then I've got about 8 parties booked for May already. So my
Awesome.
calendar is shaping up really nicely.
Awesome. Yeah, same here. I actually don't remember. I've got 2 more parties this week. I had one yesterday. I have 2 more this week. And then I'm taking the first week of May off because my family's coming in town for the wedding, but I have 2 virtual parties happening while that's happening, so I can still be working. And I booked a Pamper Your Business for the day for Wagon Wheel Title. I know somebody who works there, and so I'm going there to provide lunch for all of them. And I've got, I think, 1, 2, 3. I think I booked 4 other parties. So I booked about 5 parties this week, just staying on top of it.
Nice.
So awesome. Tina and I are walking through this with you guys. So everything we're asking you to do, we're doing too. I printed off my participant guide and I'm working on my tracking. Did you guys start filling in your April tracking schedule for the first month down here? Make sure you're doing this because it's super important to keep track of what you're doing, okay? So you can stay, especially if you're wanting to promote. I mean, we're already directors, but we're still I'm going to walk through this with you guys because I want to kind of be on the same pace with you. So that's really, really important. And I already keep track of all of my contacts. So because it's super important to do at least 15 contacts a week, at least 5 a day, if at all possible, because that's the only way you're going to keep your business fresh. When people say they have no bookings on their calendar, that's because they're not making their contacts, and that's the bottom line. Unless you're reaching out to people, you're not generating the business. So it's up to you to do that. Sorry, I'm trying to, I had my page all set up, and then I closed it to find my other, okay, here we go. Okay, so way to go, everybody. Kudos to you for fulfilling that part of your assignment and getting your parties booked.
Debbie here. Do you want to?
Oh, hey, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi.
How are
Sorry,
you?
Time.
You
I know.
guys,
I joined on my computer. My computer crashed, so I'm on my phone instead.
this is Debbie, and she's on Sheila's team out in California. I think you're on Sheila's team, or are you
Yeah.
on Tammy's?
No, it's Sheila. I'm under Sheila.
Okay. Awesome.
I'm under a couple levels under.
Okay. So what we were just doing, I don't know if you heard any of what we were just doing, but were you able to watch the call from last week?
I did watch the call from last week.
Okay.
I didn't get back on Facebook to respond to it, unfortunately.
That's okay. We were just checking in to see if you got your 6 parties booked for this week, because that was one of the assignments that had to be done from last week to this week, is set up 6 dates on your calendar, whether they're virtual or cooking.
Yeah, and I'm still working on that.
Okay. And that's good. The other thing that we want to talk about as far as recognition and accountability is concerned, we talked to you about making contacts. So make sure every time you come to the call, you have your contact books, because can anybody tell us how many contacts you made this week? Who wants to be the first to share how many contacts you made this week?
I made 17.
You did do 15, Mona?
I did 17.
Awesome. Anybody else want to share how many? Of course, if you're at a bunch of parties, that helps too, because you're talking to new people all the time. Anybody else want to share?
Well, I will. I had about 25 at the party itself.
Okay.
And I got 4
That's
bookings
awesome.
out of it. So
That's
pretty
wonderful.
much 1 out of 5. So that's pretty good. And I'm hoping maybe get some recruit leads out of it. So we'll just keep talking to them. So
Yep. That's all you can do is follow up and stay on top of them. That was good. So we're going to keep up with that. It's important that we're always learning. So every week we're going to be assigning you some homework, like a call to action kind of thing. And in that is also going to be, we didn't assign it last week, but this week we're going to assign a certain training to listen to. So we can talk about that next week as well. But real quick, tonight our call is about prospecting and booking away from your parties, okay? It's really, really easy for us to make contacts while we're at our parties because there are people right in front of us. But it's always a little bit of a challenge for everybody to, when you're out and about, do some prospecting and do some booking away from your parties. So we're going to talk about for a few minutes about a few different things. Who can tell me what you think the importance of prospecting is? Who can tell me what your idea of that is and what does it mean? The importance of it.
Well, it's new blood.
New blood.
New blood, new people.
Uh-huh.
So you're not always asking the same people, going back to the same friends and family members and asking over and over.
And then what happens when that happens? When
They don't want to talk to you anymore.
They're done.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only squeeze so many parties out of the same people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you not like your business. You don't enjoy that. That's not fun.
Right.
Yeah. So definitely, always keeping a big pool of leads.
Yes, exactly. Now the question is how, when, and where do we prospect? Who has a couple of ideas of when and how to prospect? And where? Anybody? I've got a ton, but I'm going to let you guys talk first, and then I'll share some of my ideas.
I loved Sheila's sticky notes that she brought down to you all at the training that day. And I got some in, so I've already handed them out to my team, and I've told them stick them on the mini catalogs and have people fill it out wherever you're at, the grocery store, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a slew of those in. So if y'all need some down in Tennessee, let me know.
We've got plenty. Sheila has stocked us up.
Okay. Good deal. She shipped me some, so I was
good.
happy.
Jenna's communicating via texting, so she just messaged me and said grocery store is another place to prospect, and she said it's important to always make new contacts. So I'm reading for her because she clearly can't talk all the time on there. She said work, friends of friends, and waitress, servers. Yeah, those are
I have to
did
order
all
catalogs.
You what?
I have to order some catalogs, but I had gotten very good about handing them out at work. So I need to order some and get them in so I can start handing them out while I'm at work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
Do it at ball games.
Oh yeah. If you have kids that are on the ball field, yeah, that's a good one too.
And at the bank, right, Wani? At the bank?
Yeah, at the bank. Just parking outside the bank. I
Definitely think of all the people that you do your personal business with, whether it's dry cleaning, your hairstylist, if you get your nails done, your banking, wherever you're active in doing your business, those are business prospects for you for sure. I have a part-time job 2 days a week. I work at a bridal shop, and I'm constantly offering bridal showers constantly to the brides. And I've got I've already done 2 or 3 virtual parties with clients that don't live in Nashville. So yeah, everybody that you talk to is a potential something host. Sorry, I'm reading Jenna's texting too. She says, I love wedding registries. I want more. So that's good.
The green dot, that's a great way to reach out to people.
Yes, for sure.
Our green dotting, they're live on Facebook. So messaging, new people that maybe you've never done business with, but you would love to share your business with them.
I've been doing some contacts, even if they're not in the green dot, I still send them a message. So whenever they go online or they're back on Facebook, they'll see it and then they'll message me back. Because I have like 2 people that I'm going to have a party with that's what happened. They were not online, but I went ahead and, send them a message and then they replied back. So I was able to book 2 parties out of that.
Mm-hmm. So, Mima,
Yes,
your parties that you had, were they live parties or cooking parties or virtual?
I had one live party and one that was a fundraiser for the March of Dimes.
Okay.
The
So-
live party is the one that had like the 25 people there.
The which one? The live one?
Live, yes,
That's awesome. And so you got all those bookings from that.
yes, I did.
Okay, cool. So basically you did your full service checkout and got those bookings.
Yes, and I actually even didn't get to talk to everyone because the hostess was helping me because it was so chaotic with that many people.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was trying to get the hostess to sell, but she's like, I've got, right now is not the great time. But another thing that I wanted to tell them is to have a booth. And it gets outside people that you don't new blood.
Yeah, that is definitely a good opportunity for new blood. And you guys, I'm just going to say it. If you're doing a large virtual party, privately messaging all of the people, like I'm reading and I've got people in some of my virtual parties that are like, I don't own any Pampered Chef. Immediately I'm messaging them saying, oh my goodness, I just saw that you don't own any Pampered Chef. I want you to really watch closely at this party and see how much fun this is, and I want to be able to help you get some free stuff for your kitchen. So you want to definitely reach out to everybody, especially on virtual parties. Jenna said, I've gotten most of my outside contacts from vendor events, been messaging like crazy in her shows, and yeah, trying to be more interactive. Yeah, that's exactly the key with virtuals. You have to be interactive with them, but otherwise you won't get anything out of them. So guys, these are really, really good things. So how and when, all these ways that we talked about, whenever you're out and about doing whatever, always be prepared. And then where, like we just talked about all of those.
Did you talk about pampering a business, Miriam?
Can I talk about that?
I didn't. Did you?
No, we didn't talk about that, but that is something that I'm doing. A friend of ours works at a title company, Wagon Wheel, and I've been on him for months. I was like, I want to come and bring lunch for you guys. I want to bring lunch to you guys. So finally I was like, listen, I need to do something in the beginning of May because I need to do it right after the wedding. And can I come? I said, can I come on May 10th on a Thursday? And I want to bring you guys lunch and just let them know I'm going to have catalogs. You guys don't have to do anything. I'm going to make the bruschetta pasta with those Snickers brownies. I'm going to make it super easy, but I'm going to do it all right there. And they can watch me if they have time, or they can just come and eat. But I said, I'm going to put out catalogs, and if they want to ask me questions, I'll stick around. And, and he was like, yeah. And he put it on the calendar. So basically there's so many different things you could do with pampering a business. If you want to go to your bank and you can bring just a bunch of brownies, make it super simple and have catalogs handy and say, I'm going to come back at the end of the day, or I'm going to come back this time tomorrow and pick up. If you guys have any orders, I'm going to go ahead and pick all those up. Just really have fun with it. And it's a great way to honor the people that you work with, people that you're constantly working with. So what else? Do you want me to say anything else about it, Tina?
No, that was good. Just so, if someone's not heard of that idea, that they would, find out a little bit more. Another place that I'm going to be following up with is an apartment complex that has like a what do they call it?
Welcome wagon, like a welcome wagon.
Like a community area, and they have a full kitchen.
Uh-huh.
I was there with a friend of mine that was looking for an apartment, and I talked to the lady about doing a cooking class there for her residents, because they do resident activities or whatever. So I need to follow back up with her.
What was that, Tina?
I logged and took her business card so that I can follow up and offer a cooking class.
Yeah.
Was that an apartment complex?
It's a new one that went up over in the Cane Ridge area, actually.
Hey, that's my territory.
Girl.
Jenna said she's taking her dad to the eye doctor next week, and she's going to take brownies and mini bundt cakes along with her with some catalogs. That's a great idea. That's what I'm talking about. When you're doing stuff like that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to the dentist on Tuesday. Maybe I'll do that. I'll bring some brownies or something to the girls there, because I've already been talking to them about having a party, but we've not solidified anything. So maybe this will be my chance to lock something in. But so yeah, that's pretty awesome. So on Mima's idea with a mini catalog, I want to talk to you guys about the mini catalog challenge, and that's part of our talk for tonight as far as prospecting and booking away. The challenge is this: if you don't have mini catalogs already, you need to get some. Because the challenge is this: you're going to put 10 mini catalogs in your bag, and I know you've all heard this. But as part of this program, this is an assignment that you have to do. You're going to have 10 mini catalogs. And Mona, if you have the old ones, you'll have to use the old ones for now. Just
I don't know where they are. I do have some, but I don't know where they are from the move.
okay.
I can go look, but I just don't know.
Well, what do we think? What can she do in the meantime? You have an idea?
Text me your
Maybe-
address. I'll send you some. Mona. I'll
Huh?
send the mail to you tomorrow. I've got a bunch.
Okay. Well, I can pay you back.
All right, just send me your address, girl. I'll get them to you.
Okay.
Okay, so we want to put 10 mini catalogs in our bag, and if you all should have the little Post-it notes that Mima was talking about. They look like this. They're pretty awesome. They're Post-it notes, and you just peel them off, and I stick mine on the back of my mini catalog. So as I hand one of the catalogs out, I make sure they fill this out and give it back to me. So you want to put these little contact sheets on your mini catalogs. Be sure that, so you're going to put 10 of them in your purse, and your goal is to give out all 10 of these by next Saturday. So you have Monday to Saturday to give out 10 mini catalogs. Okay? When you're out and about, it's a challenge. We need you to step outside of your comfort zone and strike up a conversation with people around you. Okay, let's talk about that for a quick minute. What does that look like to some of you? Like stepping out of your comfort zone.
It's a little scary.
Mm-hmm.
A little. But that's what we do. So it's
That's
just
what we
like-
do.
You know,
That's what
It's
we
but it's only scary the first it's like the first step, the 1st word.
But what I found is people usually will say, "You saw Pampered Chef? Oh my gosh, I love Pampered Chef." I mean, probably 75% of the time that's what people say. I don't know why it's scary, but it can be.
Yeah.
The other thing I was thinking about, it is scary, but once you do it once, you sort of get used to it. And it's a flow, just like making your phone calls. If you remember, when you're making those phone calls, you're making booking phone calls, you're on a roll by the time you get to the 3rd or 4th person. So you're used to doing it.
Yeah. Jenna just asked a question. She said, what do you and Tina say to start the conversation? So I do a lot with these bridal moms. They're sitting in our office at the studio where I work part-time, and I'll just, as they're sitting there waiting for their appointment, I'll go, "Hey, I just wanted to hand you one of these," and I pull out one of our catalogs and I let them look at it while they're sitting there. I'm like, "Have you ever heard of Pampered Chef?" And I just start out like that with a lot of people, like, "Have you ever heard of Pampered Chef?" In that situation, if I'm out and about, trying to think of other than being in the bridal shop, what I say. So today at church, there was a lady who we were talking about our kids, and she and I, we sit near each other, but we've never really talked. And I introduced myself to her a couple weeks ago. And so today I went up to her and I was just chatting. We were talking about, her kids are young and we're kind of I'm past her stage. And we were just talking about raising kids and homeschooling. And I said, "Oh my goodness, hey, and I pulled out a mini catalog and I said, "This is what I do." And I got her information. I said, "Because I really want to talk to you about your kids," and because she's feeling like like she's sacrificing so much. And I'm like, well, that's what we do as moms. You sacrifice a lot for your kids. And that's just, so I said, I want to connect with you. And I gave her a mini catalog and I got all her information. But it was like we talked about our kids. So you can look for something that's a common area or something along those lines. Or if you're talking about recipes, I've done it with several people that just like you're talking about different recipes and they're like, if you're talking about it, I'll say, have you ever heard of this product to help you make that specific dish or to make that specific type of food or something like that? And then it kind of works into that conversation. And if I see somebody who seems unhappy with their job, like a cashier, I'll say, hey, have you ever heard of Pampered Chef? I just come right out and ask, have you ever heard of Pampered Chef? And they'll say no. And then I'll give them my mini catalog and I'll say, hey, check this out. This is what I do. And I would love to talk to you a little bit more about that. If you don't mind filling out that information, I always ask for permission. And then they hand it to me. And I just have I literally stick that Post-it inside my notebook that I say, okay, I got to follow up with this person. I just stick it right inside my notebook so I know right where it is. So does that help, Jenna, a little bit?
I have a question on something you just said. Yes. You said you give them the mini catalog, you ask them to fill out the information. If they would rather give back the mini catalog rather than give you their information, do you tell them to keep it anyway, or do you take it back and like?
Oh no, I tell them to keep it because my information is on there, and if they look through it, they might realize, oh, maybe I do want to order something, or maybe I do want to talk to her, and then they can reach out to me.
One thing that I do too, Debbie, to kind of help make it seem a little easier for people, I'll say, when I'm handing them the mini catalog, I'll say, oh, and by the way, I would love to add you to my VIP list where I send out specials and recipes and things like that. If you don't mind, just go ahead and fill out this slip and I'll be sure to add you to my VIP list. And, at the end of the month, I take all of these slips and put them in a drawing for a prize.
Okay.
So
That's
that way
excellent.
it's more like, oh, I want to be on your VIP, I want to get the specials and stuff like that.
People like that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's good. So our goal is to say the magic words, and those words are, I'm with Pampered Chef, or have you ever heard of Pampered Chef? Those are the magic words, and that is definitely a conversation starter. So after you say that, typically their response is, oh my gosh, I love Pampered Chef, or oh my gosh, my mom has a bunch of products, or they'll say something along those lines. To their response is usually, I love Pampered Chef. That's great. And when you're pulling out the mini catalog, and you can say to them, hey, this week I'm challenged to give 10 of these little mini catalogs out, and I'd love to get one in your hands. Would you be okay with taking one of these and giving me your information so I can add you to my VIP list? And as they're filling that little slip out, the really, really cool thing is that's how you can have your conversation. So as they're filling out that slip, you can ask them, so when was the last time you were at a party? They may say never, or they may say just recently. Or what's your favorite product from Pampered Chef? Mind you, you're doing this while they're filling it out. So they're writing, and they're also engaging with you at the same time while they're answering your questions. Or even you can ask them, do you already have a Pampered Chef consultant? You can ask them a question like that too, to see what their response is. And you will be amazed at the results that you're going to get from this little 10 mini catalog handouts. Phew. Ooh, it's tough being in your 50s. I'm hot. 7 out of 10 will give you the slip back with all their information filled in. So, Debbie, in answer to your question, there may be a handful that will not want to fill it out, and that's okay. You can't make them do it, but, I still let them keep the mini catalog for sure.
I got a question or a comment.
Yeah.
I had a text. Sorry, I didn't hear all of that. But another thing is you might be able to tell them that you're going to have a drawing.
Mm-hmm.
you give out, mail a season's best cookbook to somebody.
Yeah.
You know, you can have a drawing from it and give a prize. So I don't know if you all mentioned that or not. I apologize.
No, but that's a great idea too. You can say that I'd want to add you to my VIP list, or you can say I'm doing a drawing. That's actually a really neat thing to do this week with your 10. Tell these 10, say I have my goal is to send out 10 mini catalogs this week, and I'm actually going to put the names of all these people's names into a drawing this week only. So that's kind of a really cool thing that really hones it in for them to be one of 10 people to possibly win.
Yeah.
So that's a great idea, Mima. That might be something I'm going to try and do this week.
And then what I would do,
take it one step
call
further.
all 10 of them, and I would say,
You're a
oh
winner.
my gosh, you're the winner. You have won a free cooking party. Yay!
Yes, that's awesome. Just like we do at our vendor booths. Everybody's a winner.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
'Cause they're not going to know each other, so it's not like they're going to know that you called every person.
Exactly. Then the other thing is how to make an effective booking call or contact. Well, we kind of talked a little bit about that too. I'm just reading my notes here. We've pretty much covered that because you're gonna do it while you're out and about, and we're gonna do it with a mini catalog challenge. You know what, you guys, that mini catalog challenge isn't really that difficult. Just like I said, you just need to say, it's part of my job this week. I'm challenged to get to pass 10 of these out. So I would love for you to take one of these, and I'd love to be in touch with you this week in a couple of days, if that's okay. And usually they're fine with that.
And Miriam, I would say it's easier to hand them out than it is to follow up. So you need to make sure that you're following up with them in 24 to 48 hours. Because after that point, they're not going to remember you.
Exactly. And that's why you're getting that information, and you need to go ahead and write that information in your contact notebook so you know to keep up with those contacts and follow up with them. Because remember, in your contact notebook that you've created, not only are you writing their name and their phone number, but you're writing the response. You're like mini catalog, maybe, or no to the business, or possible virtual party. Write your response so when you're following up with them, you have information about that conversation you had with them, so you know what to talk to them about. The worst thing is you're getting all this stuff and you're not organized and you don't know why you're calling this person. You want to be really on top of your business to where, like, sometimes I'll write notes on my drawing slips at my parties and I'll say, like, lost her dad last week or something. And then when I follow up with her, I was like, hey, I just wanted to check in with you. I remember at the party that you had mentioned about your dad passing, and I just wanted to check in. I was thinking about you and was wondering how you're doing. And, you want to have that common bond to connect with somebody if you've made an initial contact. That way you're building relationships, guys. This is what this is all about. You're building relationships. And I don't want to say that in a way where it makes it sound like you're fake. You're just doing that, making that connection just to take a tie into your business. Be genuine about it, because they're going to know when you're genuine, or if you're doing it just as a business tool. You don't want it to be just a business tool. This business is about building relationships, and it's super, super important that we develop these friendships and these relationships with people that they trust you to come back to you and always come back to you in the future for their Pampered Chef needs in one way or another. So I'll just say one girl, she works at Posh Bridal. She's the manager at the store, and they send a lot of their clients to us for alterations. And I'm developing this really, really great. She's having her second party with me, and she had one in October, and she's having one this next Thursday. She called me and said, hey, I want to order a few more things. Immediately, I was like, let's just have a party. Let's get it for free. And she was like, oh, okay. So she's doing her second party, and she is getting ready to make a transition. And I'm talking to her about the business opportunity. But I've been working on this friendship with her for months and months and months. And it's like, now she did lose her dad last year. He committed suicide. So that's been an interesting part of our friendship, that I'm working and talking to her, and I'm trying to show her the love of Christ, because she's not a believer. And so we're just it's been neat to see this process, but Pampered Chef is tied in there too, which is really kind of cool. So she's a friend outside of Pampered Chef, but also coming in. So it's just a matter of building relationships, and that's really, really, really important. So, Tina, by any chance, do you have your Director Bound script in front of you?
My director, yes. The
You
workbook?
do?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, the notebook.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you if you wanted to do this role-playing booking script with me.
Okay.
It's on page 31.
Yep, got it.
Okay, because one of the things we're going to talk about too is a booking script. And, you know, we're going to do this as it's written, but you're going to want to create your script to where it sounds like you. But Tina and I will do this kind of back and forth, just real quickly to show you an idea of trying to get a booking. So I'll say, hey, Tina, this is Miriam with Pampered Chef, and I'm so excited. There are some incredible things going on with our company right now, and I thought of you because just the other day you were telling me that you needed some recipe ideas that were fast and easy. And then I'm waiting for her response. I'm just
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm relating to my process. Huh?
I still do. Help me.
I have this great virtual party theme, fast and fresh, easy weeknight meals. And so and that's exactly what I would say. And she would say, yes, that's so true. And I'm like, I'm so excited about the party that I'm doing this month. I'm actually doing it both in my virtual parties and in my home cooking parties. And it's the fast and easy weeknight meals. And there's some really, really incredible ideas, not to mention our incredible host rewards and bonuses that are fabulous. Do you have a minute to hear about all this?
Sure.
Okay. She said yes, so I'm looking at yes. So I'm doing my fast and easy weeknight meals party, which has been a big hit, and my hosts have been getting up to $200 in free and discounted products. I have 2 dates left this month, and I'd love to save one for you and your friends. My next available date is May 10th and then May 12th. Do one of those days work for you? I know one's a Saturday and one's a Thursday, so I don't know if that works for you or not.
I think the Thursday one would work really good for me.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I would love to do that with you too. So, I mean, you're basically, one thing I posted this week, and I don't know if you had a chance to listen to it. I think I did it in my Tedeschi page. It's the Julie Gizzi phone call. Did you listen to it, Jenna? Those words. She was incredible. She talked about some really, really great concepts, and I was actually listening to it on my way to my party again yesterday. She did the call with 2 other people, and I'll share it on
share it on our Movers and Shakers.
Yeah, I'll share it on our Movers and Shakers. But she had some great, but one thing they talk about is they're always like, don't ask anybody to have a party. Don't come right out and say, hey, do you want to have a Pampered Chef party? Because 9 times out of 10, they are going to say no, because that's just too open-ended. Instead, they're talking about, oh my goodness, I know we had so much fun tonight, and I cannot wait to get into your house and to your kitchen and to show all of you're inviting yourself to their house. You're inviting yourself to you're assuming that they're going to have a party with you. And that's really the key. You're just trying to make it where you are creating a desire for them to actually have the party. So instead of come right out asking, you're creating that opportunity for them. Now, if Tina said no, she didn't have time to talk, I would turn around and say, can I call you back in 1 hour, or would tomorrow morning be better? But definitely mark your calendar when you're calling this person back, so you're looking good for your own business. You're not just high and dry, not talking about them and leaving them high and dry. I'm reading what Jenna said, sorry. They will know the example that Sheila shared last week was a good example. I don't remember that. What did Sheila share? She's typing. So basically, I mean, we went through that script, but really what I want you guys to get out of this little script that we're sharing is you want to make something that's your personal voice that you're coming up with, that you're being able to, you're creating your own script of what you're going to say to everybody that you talk to, basically. And the bottom line is you want to create that desire for them to have a party instead of coming right out and asking them to have a party. You want to talk about, she said, the story about the woman who came back to her with the large order. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Sorry, she's still typing. Yes, she was being genuine. Yes. So the creating a desire is an important aspect of when you're approaching these people and getting them. So you want to really, like, who knows what the May host special is? Shout it out.
60%
Cookware.
off.
60% off the cookware. I've been showing off my cookware at my parties and trying to create the desire of why these people cannot go a day without this cookware in their kitchen. So you really have to create that desire for them to want to have the party and realize, oh yeah, I need that and I want that and I don't want to pay full price. So they want to get it at 60% off or at least half price. So does anybody have any questions right now about that, about what to say and creating a script, something that is your personal words to communicate to somebody? Anybody?
I think it's nice when you have a script. I mean, not that you're going to sit there and read it, but you kind of have an idea of what you want to say.
Key points.
You know, that definitely helps.
Yes, for sure.
I think the script has always come in handy, even if you're on the phone and calling, not you're out and about.
Mm-hmm.
But you at least have an idea of what you're going to say. And it helps my team a lot of times too. Sometimes at meetings we'll work on scripts just so that they feel comfortable, and I have them practice just so they feel comfortable in saying them.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure. Okay. I don't have anything else except I'm going to talk about our call to action, and we're almost to 1 hour on the call, so that's good. I wanted to just kind of run down with you your call to action for this week. So here it is. You guys got your pens and papers. You're ready to write this information down so you know exactly how to pursue this next week until our next call. First of all, if you don't have God bless you.
Thank you.
If you don't have all of your dates on your calendar that you had to have this week, for sure have them by next week, okay? If not, a couple extra ones too. If you've done some already, try and do even more. Keep that always, that's going to always be your homework, to keep booking parties, at least 6 a week, okay? Because you will have a solid calendar if you are doing 6 parties, if you're getting 6 on your calendar. So here you go. Hand out 10 new mini catalogs this week. You're actually going to be doing it each week, but start out this week, 10. If you did this every week, do you realize how many people you're talking to? That's awesome. That's awesome. So 10 mini catalogs, and start tracking your contacts and ratios in your book. So what I mean by ratios, it's kind of like Mima was saying. She had 25 people. She booked 4 parties out of 25 people. So it's basically 1 in 5, just about 1 in 5. So she asked 5 people, got a booking. 5 more people, got a booking. So she has a 5-to-1 ratio. So these are the kind of numbers you want to start keeping track of. I'm sorry, I'm so Italian. My hands just flying everywhere. Sorry. So you want to start keeping track of your contacts and ratios in your notebook, and make your 15 contacts a week outside of your parties. That's key. So it's really easy to do them in your party because you're there, but you always want to generate even more. So I don't know about you, but my goal is to get at least 2 bookings from every one of my parties. And if I don't get 2 out of one of my parties, I'm on the phone the next day making sure I get 2 parties booked in place of the 2 that didn't happen at my party. So you really want to challenge yourself to get at least 2 bookings for every single party that you have. Jenna asked the question, do the mini catalog handouts count as part of the 15 contacts? Absolutely. As long as you're having a two-way conversation, those are part of your contacts. So if you're doing 15 and you're handing out 10 mini catalogs, you guys just knocked out 2/3 of your contacts for the week. And you just have 5 more to come up with. And this is outside of your parties. So this is like out and about kind of thing. Or maybe customer care calls, or maybe following up on green dotting, you know? So this is outside of your parties. And then you're going to have a training audio assignment for this week. And I'll put this in our Movers and Shakers page. But this week's call is Make It a Network. That's the name of it. And you'll find this in Consultants Corner, under Training and Resources, under Director Bound, and then Consultant Resources. And I'll put this in our Movers and Shakers page so you know exactly where to find it. But it's called Making a Network. Make It a Network. And the instructors are Heidi Toms and Courtney Cheney. Okay. And then I need to look up one thing. So does anybody have any questions about that? Your assignment for this week. I'm super excited about you guys all being on the call. This is a big, huge thing. This tells us you're committed. You're committed to advancing. You're committed to moving up. It is pouring here. I don't know if it's like pouring here. Sorry, I just got distracted by that rain hitting this window.
It's been pouring here all day long. I mean, just downpour.
And I want to do one little plug for inspiration. I want you guys, like Mona, I think, do you still have some people under you that are active?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not that are active, but I have one that is wanting to move forward.
To inspire you guys to think about 100% activity. 100% activity on your team as much as possible, because this is just a little inspirational thing. Because if they're active, they're going to get a paycheck, and that just kind of keeps your group, your organization, your team moving in the right direction instead of being stagnant. We want to move up. We want to keep moving forward and challenging. I've got that happening on my neighborhood team, is just 100% activity, because remind everybody they're starting this business because they wanted to make extra income. Pretty much. That's the bottom line for everybody. You know, they want to make a little extra income. So 100% activity is the challenge to generate the extra income that they need. So does anybody have any questions for me or for Tina? So next Sunday on the 29th, Tina's going to be overseeing the call. I'll be on the call too. So, and then 2 weeks from tonight, Tina's going to be on her trip, and I'm going to be tied up with my daughter's wedding that weekend. So Mima is willing. She's going to be taking on the call. Mima's been in and out of directorship over the years, and she's 27 years in the business? 20.
Yeah, almost 21, 20. Sorry. Yeah, it's 20 years. It'll be 21 in September.
Okay. So
and
she's
I've only lost the directorship just recently, so it just like life happens.
Yeah,
like
and that's what, did you say you've been in and out of directorship, or you've just been a director all along? And
I've been a director since 97.
Oh, wow.
Wait a second. 97 is when I started. 02 is when I promoted. And I stayed a director until like last year.
Okay. Well, all that to say, she knows how to do all this. So she's going to be taking our call on the 6th and heading it up. I sent her all the information, so she's ready for that. Next week's call is about
Booking at your parties.
Booking at your parties. So we're talking about, today we talked about prospecting and booking away from your parties and doing that mini catalog challenge. And next week, Tina's going to be talking about booking at our parties, which will be good. So I don't have anything else unless you guys have any questions for us. All right. Start right away. And those of you who are not on the call and are listening, make sure you're listening within 24 hours. Tina will post the playback to this here and sometime before the end of the night, probably after it loads up. And go ahead and get tonight, maybe after the call, get your mini catalogs ready. Get them all ready, put them in your purse so they're ready to go when you're out and about this week, and you can start that part. Go, Jenna. She's already ready. Got them with her. You work at a hotel. She's probably slipping them to her people. Oh, you can't? You're not allowed. Yeah, that's unfortunate. There are some, and you got to be respectful of that too. You got to know there's times when you can and times when you can't. So we totally get that. All right, you guys. Say that again. Put a catalog where?
Counter.
Oh, on the counter. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so they can just go, oh, I like that. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, guys. Have an awesome week out and about, prospecting and booking away from your parties. Go for it. I cannot wait to hear everybody's report next week. So
Bye, everybody.
thanks for being on the call. And let us know if you have any questions.
Thanks.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.